Well, this weekend, the Bears hit the road for a massive Big 12 Conference series. Baylor travels to Stillwater for 3 games, which could wind up clinching 4th place for one of these teams. Baylor has a 1-game lead on the Pokes heading into the penultimate weekend of the regular season. But beating OSU, no easy task. Steve Rodriguez points out the Bears will have to play well in every facet the next 3 days.
We just have to control our environment, making sure that we execute offensively and make sure the pitchers do their job, keeping the ball down. We know they're a big home run hitting team, so we have to minimize as many of those opportunities as possible.
First pitch of the weekend tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in Stillwater. It is the final road series for Baylor. Tomorrow, the Big 12 softball tournament begins in Oklahoma City as the Lady Bears will aim to cement their spot in the coming NCAA tournament. The Lady Bears may have swept Texas Tech early on in the season. That doesn't mean anything as far as tomorrow goes. The Red Raiders are playing with house money in Oklahoma City, though, and with it taking a title in OKC to get Tech into the NCAA tournament bracket.
They have nothing to lose right now except to go for it, and I expect them to play this opening game like it's their championship game. And I told the girls that the other day. We've got to make sure we're prepared. And we don't have any reason to take anybody for granted.
All right, they're set for 2 tomorrow. First up, the Red Raiders at 11 a.m., followed by number 1 Oklahoma. Tonight, the high school baseball and softball playoffs truck on as the field grows smaller and smaller. One team hoping to be on to the round of 32 next week, the Belton baseball program. Tigers hosting Garland-Saxe tonight. Game 1 of the 6A area round. Top of the first, pitch gets away from catcher Cooper Babcock. Jet Creel turns on the Jets, steals, and throw goes right. It's 1-0 Saxe early. Bottom half, Carson South fan Scott Gwinnett in the leadoff spot. Then in the second, TJ Johnson goes off speed, does the exact same thing for Belton. Saxe gets the win 7-2 the final. Game 2 Saturday in Garland. Softball, Midway looking to force a Game 3 against Bryan down in Aggie Land tonight. Midway at bat, Caitlin Powers doubles off the right field wall. Look at that hit. That breaks the scoreless tie. 2 Panthers score, and Midway is up early on, looking good for the Pantherettes. Then it's 2-0 still in the third. Jackie Adams drives one to deep center field. That one drops for a double 2-run score. And after 3, we're all tied up at 2. Here comes Midway, though. Kelsey Mathis shoots one down the right field line. That is an RBI triple for her. 9-5. Midway gets the win. Game 3 tomorrow in Hewitt. Academy and West in Game 1 down in Salado tonight. 2 programs that have won state titles in the past 5 years. 1 zip beats in the 6th. Molly Vandenbout gets the strikeout to end the inning. Bottom half now it's Kelsey Griffin doing the same for West. That's the way this one kind of goes until the end. 1-0 is your final score. Game 2 is tomorrow in West. Okay, we don't say this often, but let's talk about tennis for a second. Today, the Baylor men's tennis team left for the national championships in Orlando, where they're hoping to win it all for the first time since 2004. The Bears will look to finish what they got so close to doing 2 years ago. To do that, though, they'll be leaning on experience, with so much of the current roster having been there for that run.
I think it's critical to have guys with experience. That's something that we talk about all the time. As we look across the net, we have more matches under our belt. We have more experience than the opponents in most of the matches that we'll have coming up.
In the Super Regional round, Baylor will face Ole Miss. That one's noon Monday in Orlando. Tonight, Baylor announced the court at the new Baylor Basketball Pavilion will be named for the Hurd family after a $7 million donation. The gift pushes Baylor's total donations through the Give Light campaign over the $1 billion with a B dollar mark, making it the highest yielding fundraising effort in school history. We're now 71 days until the opening ceremonies in Tokyo for this summer's Olympic Games. One local athlete got some especially bad news, though, in the past 24 hours. Ellison grad and U.S. Olympic boxing trials champion Darius Fulgham posted to social media his road to Tokyo has come to an end. Because the final Olympic qualification tournament in Argentina, which was actually supposed to end today, was canceled due to the pandemic, alternative measures were used to choose the Olympic boxing field from North and South America. Fulgham was unfortunately not among them. Finally tonight, some sad news to report out of Belton. Longtime Belton coach and area sports official Chuck Douglas died this morning. Douglas spent 20 years in the booth as the color commentator on Belton football radio broadcasts. He's also been a longtime official in the Bell County area, calling football and basketball. I had the privilege to know Chucky, officiating with him the past several years. He was one of the nicest human beings I've ever met. And when you see him interact with his former players, many of whom are parents and grandparents themselves, you could still see the impact he made, and he hasn't coached in decades. Chuck, my friend, you'll be missed. We'll be right back.